Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here. We have some important talking points in this video. The first being that we are highly likely to receive not one, but 2 anniversary units. Yes, that's right, 2 hunters coming in, but I want to see your comments down below as to who you think will be joining the game. I'm very curious, and as you know, my number one pick would obviously have to be Liu, but I'm sure a lot of you want Jinwoo coming to the game as well. But I can tell you right now that the sentiments are not very high when it comes to the confirmed anniversary unit, which you already know is a water version of Cha being released. And yes, I do want to reiterate that she is confirmed. She is coming to the game. As you can see based on this notice right over here, she is going to be a Memorial Hunter, basically from an alternative timeline where she is the leader of the Valkyrie Guild. So we're going to see her coming in, but I know a lot of you for sure are not a fan of duplicate units, which is obviously understandable. We have so many units that should be added into the game, and getting duplicates right now as brand new banner units is something that a lot of people are just not a fan of, which again is understandable, but it is a very common theme in gacha games. If you played previous gacha games, you know we get dozens of dupes in certain games of single units, which is obviously not a surprise. But when we look at a game in its infancy, it's not obviously ideal. The players want more units coming in, brand new ones that we can of course enjoy based on the manhwa, the anime, or the light novel, so we'll see what happens there. But again, I want to say we are getting 2 units. You can see right here the anniversary spans from May to June, but I do want to mention, although Cha is coming as one of the anniversary units, you have to remember what happened last time when it came to Goto being released. He was supposed to come all the way back in December, but he was actually delayed. Now I'll explain, because if you're new to the game, you probably don't remember what happened. When it came to Thomas Andre, he was not even on the map. I'm pretty sure he was likely going to be one of the first year anniversary hunters, I'm not too sure, but he was not supposed to come in December or any time around this time frame here. He only came because in September, August, and October, we got hunters that, well, no one really wanted. We had Harper, we had Charlotte. These are just hunters nobody in their right minds asked for. So the devs had to basically change up their strategy, and it worked, honestly. Thomas Andre saved the day. I think he actually saved the game overall. If we didn't have Thomas Andre being released, a lot of people would have quit, because honestly the sentiment towards the game was very low based on developer decision when it came to, I guess, unit releases. But with that said, I do want to mention, although people are not happy that the hunter that is pretty much confirmed in May being Cha, the water version from another timeline, we have hope in June. That's what I'm trying to say. In June, the anniversary events still continue. We're getting a brand new Jinwoo job change. We're getting difficulty modes to the power section. So we are bound to get at least one very strong, overpowered unit that the player base actually asked for. So that's what I'm asking on this video, to comment your picks. You never know the devs might be watching, and we have to see which units people want, because you never know, when it comes to the next hunter, we could get an alternative reality Dong So coming into the game, and yeah, the player base would not like that, that's for sure. Now that isn't all I want to talk about in this video. I also want to talk about the workshop that's coming out in April. But first, before I forget, a huge shout out to our boy More the Weirdo for being the first commenter for the first time in our last video. Here's your shout out and enjoy your juicy exclusive Discord role. But I want to mention, if you're new to the channel, you're probably confused as to what a Discord role is. Well, on our Discord server, we have the largest SLA server out there with close to 35,000 members. If you're the first commenter on a video, you get an exclusive role, and you can also enter exclusive giveaways for you. Right here you can see we have $50 here, we have $100 here, but this one's for our supporters, so you can join that one as well. You do not have to be the first commenter, so make sure you join our Discord server. We of course have the best community out there. And speaking of community, a big shout out to every single person who is supporting us. Again, the supporter program is on pause. You can't support us, you can't support anyone, so just wait until March the 25th. That's when it starts again. Season 8 is starting, and Season 7 just ended, so be patient. It's coming very soon. But when it comes to the workshop, a lot of people are talking about Goto and how he's a skippable unit, but we have to think long and hard, Gady. The fact that Goto is a win unit, and we're getting a win weapon as well this week, what does that mean for the upcoming workshop? We've never had a weapon, we've never had a hunter being released where the elements don't really line up to the workshop. I mean, sure, we could say maybe for our light units, that kind of was the case, but not really, right? We have the weapon, matching up with Deimos, and our hunters, they were released a bit earlier, so doesn't matter there. We had fire units. but the weapon is always a tall tale when it comes to the workshop element. So before, I did assume it was going to be water based on Soren coming in on April, but when it comes to the secondary element, it can honestly be wind, which would be a surprise. I think a lot of people expected it to be light, but light wouldn't really make sense just based on the release schedule when it comes to our weapons and our hunters. But again, light can work. Those are my two best bets right now. It is either water confirmed with wind or water confirmed with light. Those are pretty much the best picks out there. That would make the most sense when it comes to the game. So if that's true, honestly, Goto's standing just goes even higher. He's one of the best units in the game. His support capabilities, his damage is okay, his breaks are off the chart. He just does a lot. He's one of the most well-rounded hunters, especially for that early to mid-game mark, but again, we're just not sure. Maybe Soren, once released, will be the main hunter we need for the workshop, buffing Alicia and using melee in conjunction with all three units, giving us the perfect combo. I'm just not sure. Again, in the comments, let me know what your guesses are when it comes to the workshop. But that's my guess right now. It's going to be water and a 75% chance at wind and a 25% chance at light. There is no way it's going to be fire. Otherwise, well, I'm sure fire units could just blitz through it easily, and it's not going to be dark. Our dark units right now, I don't think they would stand a chance, honestly. They're kind of lackluster. If anything, it would be Silvermane that would come in and basically steal the show. That's my guess, but we'll see, right? But I just want to make sure sentiments remain a bit high, although we're getting Cha. But I have to say, when it comes to my preferred units, I don't really mind getting dupes of Cha or any other unit out there, just because I know eventually we're going to have to get Liu. We're going to have to get other units like jinwoo. I know they're coming. Some people are probably not that patient. They want new units now that they love, which makes sense, right? But for me, I know I'm in here for the long haul, so it doesn't matter when they're coming. I'm gonna get them either way, especially our boy Liu. Ooh, I wonder what his element could be. My guess is honestly either wind. I mean, light works too, right? Light would make sense. We have so many light units, and another national level hunter as a light unit. That would maybe not work too well. So it would have to be like wind, light, or fire. Those are the best units for him. I don't think based on the Madhawk, right? I mean, sure, he can defeat enemies on the water. I don't think they're gonna make him a water unit. That'll be crazy. If he's water, I mean, they could spin anything they want, right? They can make any unit, any element. We had Goto with wind, which does make sense too, but anyways, we'll see. The elemental typing doesn't matter too much. We just want those juicy units coming in, because surely when it comes to the April, May, and June releases, we're not going to get back-to-back female hunters, right? So we have Soren, we have Cha, and hopefully an overpowered Jigachad male hunter, either jinwoo or Liu would honestly, yeah, I think that'll fix up the game. Say when it comes to people's, I guess, sentiments, like I said before, Soren is kind of a random pick, but just fine, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. But the anniversary unit, the headline being Cha, is just a bit weird. But again, in the comments, let me know. Everyone has their own opinions. Everyone has their own taste. I want to know what you think. I think a lot of players just don't care. They'll honestly take any unit, especially when it comes to Cha, right? The #1 waifu, which makes sense. She's a fan favorite. But we already have a unit of her, and summoning for her again might make people a bit upset so early, right? Later on, it's fine. Give us new variations. I mean, if you've played like Bleach Brave Souls, if you played Dokkan for Dragon Ball, you know we got a lot of dupes in those games, so it's bound to happen. It's a sketch game. Just stay tuned. Don't get too angry. The devs are doing right by us, giving us the units we want potentially. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm very curious. That's all I had for you today. If you enjoyed, drop your like. Make sure to subscribe, of course. That way I do know you want more content like this. And that note, this is your Code King Zaf, signing out.